game where no one is going to hit and kill this egg. Yeah, you can disrupt heroes, but you disrupt them under the sun, they will come out into a world of pain. I'm really excited to see what he can do with this hero. It was a sick call on the panel by Misery. I think 33 was probably debating it because, yeah, it's not the most traditional 33 hero.
No.
We don't think of Phoenix when we think of 33. Right?
He's only played it 20 times in his career.
Yeah. But it is one of those heroes where when you get a game for it that's this good, you just can't turn it down, right? And he couldn't resist. And I think it was the correct pick. Like even if you go out here, at least you know you picked the right hero in that last spot to put as much pressure on Liquid as possible. And they did snap pick that Void. They kind of didn't care what Tundra threw at them. They're just confident in the scale of their tri-core. I think the most pivotal point in this Game 3 draft-wise was the support pickups. Liquid gave Tundra their Tiny. This is like the last support hero I think I ever would have given them. A TI in a Game 3 on this man right here, who has won a TI on this hero. And at the same time, you gave Liquid the Shadow Demon that I think was maybe the most influential hero in that late game in Game 2. You gave it to the old man in Insania.
You did.
I don't know. It's bold decisions by both teams. There's a lot of stuff you have to ban. There's always, you know, more meta heroes or whatever you have to consider. But to me, these two supports in this series have been the game-winning supports for these teams. They both got their signature hero in this Game 3.
And Tundra, they will not claim First Blood, but they will strike First Blood. They do manage to find a ward early. They get 3 bounty runes, and their own ward does manage to escape being D-warded just outside of the range for Insania. So, nice a decent net worth lead here for the squad of Tundra.
More potential for Tundra in this laning phase than Game 2. That's going to be the big difference here in the early game, at least. They have some better laning matchups. This Queen of Pain should abuse the Void Spirit, at least in the laning phase on mid. I expect BZM to be ahead. Maybe not too much, but at least a little bit. I think you have a very strong safe lane in the Marcy Warlock. This is a lane they're going to try and punish the Sand King the same way Marcy got the lane punish last game. And up top, you had that Phoenix counter pick going into the Monkey. So this is going to be a favorable lane for 33.
Yeah,
I can easily see
Tundra
Tundra pull ahead with a triple lane victory here in Game 3.
This is a super unique offlaner. Item timing is going to be all important. So what are we going to be looking at first? Is going to be, are we going to get a Radiance Rush? Are we going to get a Spirit Vessel? Are we going to see a Rod of Atos for some early catch?
Go a lot of ways with this hero. It's going to be Helm into either...
I thought that was a setup, Avery. I thought that was a slam dunk. Of course it's going to be Helm atop.
Yeah,
what else would
I'm
it
just
be?
saying, you know, Helm into either the Radiance build. You want more mischance, more scale, more damage in the fights. You can sometimes rush Shivas on this hero off of like early Veil.
Yeah.
You can sometimes go Auras on him if you really want to pipe in a game. He's an okay pipe carrier.
Hey, what? They did have the Aura advantage last time for Liquid. Not that it won them the early game like they wanted to.
I don't think it did anything in that game. Yeah. I mean, obviously, they're still good in the late game with the super high HP heroes. You know, you had an almost 5k HP Primal with a pipe behind him. That is mega value. But they did not get the tempo out of the Auras that they normally look for.
Yep.
So far, the laning phase, honestly, really good start for Liquid across these lanes, especially that top lane with the Monkey. 16 and 7 for Mickey. Very nice start for him.
Saberlight pulled out of position, tries to burrow strike, but it can't get far enough away. Slowed down by these blood grenades. And he's not quite gonna die, but both him and the Dark Willow take some serious punishment.
Just a really tough lane to play the melee hero into. Hard to trade against Marcy, even harder when he has Shadow Word behind him, and you're always gonna get bonds to something.
So the lanes go well, but not that one for Liquid.
No, they are really suffering there on the Sand King. Incredibly rough start for Saberlight. They'll have to play the sacrificial role in this game, and I expect this Phoenix and Quap lanes to pick up steam here. Yeah, so good start for Liquid, but they're gonna have to weather the storm here in the early game for sure.
Yeah, once you get level 3 on Phoenix, things really start to change. You get level 5, and Phoenix can pretty much solo lane.
And you always got to remember that built-in mischance with the hero.
Yep.
A good Phoenix will make you miss.
Yep. So far, Mickey hasn't missed much CS, 24 and 7. Top of the CS board, uses the Boundless Strike to secure the Flag Bearer. But can't get the range creep. This will just kind of continue. He will inevitably be forced into a situation where the Phoenix is going to be able to make him miss one of these last hits, whether it's through the mischance or a deny.
Moxie looking for some sort of little wraparound mid. I don't really know how you all in the queen here.
Yeah, no clue.
Deny some water runes out for BZM. That would be big, and they will do that.
I mean, it's kind of the only way that Nisha can weather this storm, right? Because though it is not BZM building up Dagger. He is gone 0-2-2.
Makes this lane more tolerable for the Void Spirit for sure. Just gonna be a farm lane, basically, especially after that water rune loss. So BZM not gonna be able to extract a huge amount here.
Yep. A dust picked up. They're going to go for the kill on Saberlight. Still, First Blood is available, so
I mean,
it's not just killing the
base right
Sand
now.
King, but being able to get the extra.
Effectively him killed. He's going to be low net worth out of this laning phase. Can't stand his ground against the harassment.
Lowest CS of all the cores. They threaten Boxy. Boxy brambles in response. Tries to pull the creep wave back and away, so that way Saberlight and his trip back to base won't be punished as much. At least he can bring a creep wave to him. But it means Boxy having to be here also means he's not stacking up for the Sand King, which is usually the recovery mechanism.
It's true, not a lot of economy going. In fact, the camps got blocked early. Radiant Sentry on that big camp. It's going to remove some of the Sand King's potential comeback economy. He just has to play the lane more. Suffering on the lane. This is a big pressure point for Tundra, especially if they ever rotate the other support in here and look for the kill. That could be a way to accelerate Sox's experience in gold out of this early game if they're not finding a lot of action top. Phoenix is going to be fine up here. We'll always get something, especially when the helm is done. Already has the Iron Will up. For 6-minute power rune, Soxa making the rotation.
Yeah, a Spirit Hero versus a Queen of Pain. These power runes are going to be constant contest. Soxa doing a good job covering himself. They do find the ward in the river, though.
Nice
Will
ward.
they get the power rune? Because the Warlock, Toby, he's here on the other side. He's going to try and stop Nisha. Nisha's going to go for it with a Remnant, and they manage to get it away from Nisha. It's a haste rune that goes into BZM's bottle. It's not going to result in a kill or anything, but it might later on.
At best Zoomer mid. Just can't beat youth on those runes.
That's a good point.
Apparently you can beat
Nisha's
them.
been at it for a while.
Yeah, he's a veteran now.
He's an old man at this point.
Yeah, what is he? 24 or something?
Yeah, the incredibly old age of 26.
Time to
This man
retire
is-
from
time. Yeah. Can barely believe he's still playing. Good pressure on the tower here with the Siege Wagon. They'll get some extra damage and some extra denies. BZM back to back.
Nice little value.
What'd you make of the Marcy being taken early by Tundra? And then Liquid in turn grabbed the Sand King, which has lost all games in this series.
The Sand King has looked good, but it has not won. And I think in a lot of games, the Marcy has looked okay, but it is winning.
What is this? BZM with this haste rune. It's going to try, but Disruption, it will keep him out of the shrine area just long enough, and Toby will be abandoned by his mid. Left to die. Saberlight will finally claim First Blood at 7 minutes. Chrysalis fighting back against Nisha here. Astral Step got him on the Remnant pull back, though Nisha has to keep his distance. Still has to dissimulate, but this ultimate makes Chrysalis so dangerous. Saberlight threatening the epicenter here. Still gonna go for Chrysalis? Nah. Chrysalis, I mean, he could just rebound away. There's no way you're gonna catch him.
Yeah. You have to be careful about taking fights like that if you're Liquid, if a large Bonds is available. Like, you get Bonds into the Sonic Wave or Avalanche, Egg, stuff like this. Incredible Bonds lineup for Tundra. That's their big clump punish. Whereas the flip side, you run into, you know, Sandstorm, Epi, Wukong, Terrorize, you're not going to have a fun time either. This meta is really just evolving into a mass teamfight meta.
This time, BZM does not blink into it, and so Nisha will get the regen.
This is a lane win for Tundra. Not as severe as I think it could have been. I think Liquid played the lanes pretty well, particularly that top lane. Mickey got a lot up there. Still hanging out up there as well.
Yes.
You have Supernova available.
Did just get his 6 recently, and you can see they're going to make the rotation to shut him down.
Exactly what you want here.
If Mickey sticks around in this area, he will die.
You really have to be careful with getting your tree cut here. I don't want to give extra kills into this Phoenix, who's going to have the good matchup against you for a long time. This will be a quick tower down with the early helms here.
Yeah, the early skeletons as well. Okay, Wukong's command, because BCM blinked up here, so Mickey knows it too. He's gonna get this pick off. He is. Nisha arrives in time with the step. BCM, he had no idea that he was blinking under vision.
That is a premium.
Avalanche goes down with the epicenter. Ooh, okay, trading out supports. Chrysalis also takes a lot of damage. He has to TP away. Chrysalis cannot stop the TP.
He'll get to sit in this lane. More gold for Crystallis. At least Saberlight getting some recovery gold here, and he does have a couple stacks waiting for him. Not as big as it could have been with all of the Sentry anti-stacking technology Tundra invested in. But it's something. Oh, they're going to smoke to it. They want to take even more away from Saberlight in this early game.
Yeah, it could be a massive hit. Saberlight, he'll back away as he's already cleared out the hard camp. Some of the Ancients are left. Saberlight doesn't want to get this up, but he might just give away his life. Oh, so close. A Sonic Wave Scream is not quite enough. Soxa is still looking for it. BZM, a toss, a blink, but neither will be there to finish him off.
That feels rough for BZM. He wanted something out of the Sonic Wave.
Looks like he's losing a bit of ground. At least he can content himself with taking 2 Ancients.
And look at the buildings fall.
Yeah.
Crystallis picked up the kill on the safe lane solo. He's pressuring bottom tier 1. Other Helm is going into this tier 1 mid. Tundra bringing the heat in this game 3, trying to play a fast tempo game, take over the map.
33 wants to put this supernova to use. And if you do not come contest the towers, then it'll just be another one to fall. 33 gets the last hit on that one. He is second highest net worth. He's only behind Crystallis' Marcy. The early pickup of Tundra seems uncountered today.
Really strong laning setup for them. They got 3 towers down around that 10-minute mark. A lot of space to work with. They can be the ones to invade Liquid side of the map this time around, take away those farm, prevent the Sand King stacks. Recovering Saberlight's game as even more pressure going into him.
Tosses him out of his Sandstorm. He's got another Sandstorm, and there's no core here yet. Though the Phoenix is going to ride soon, they have to get this kill on Soxa and get away quick, and they're not quite getting it. The heal comes in. It's going to be fine for both sides.
I feel like this is going to be the MO in this mid game. Like, you try and take some fights as Liquid, and if the Phoenix shows up,
nice jump, Chrysalis. Toss some Big A back into BZM, and he just will not be able to jump into the trees. Or maybe actually the distance created by the disruption. Trickery tries to dodge, but he still takes the damage. That means he won't be able to jump into the trees and escape.
Warpine Raiders just owning today. I mean, if you have Warpine Raider in your fantasy, you're cooking.
It's true. If you have the troll for the skeletons,
you have the
for
troll
tower
summoner?
damage.
Holy moly.
2,000 net worth lead for Tundra for this laning phase. And we haven't even seen them put their team fight to use. Still don't have level 6 on Toby, but we haven't even seen a supernova. 33 has been able to keep Liquid back just through his presence.
We probably won't see one in this early game because the thing that brings Tundra's lineup together is like the Tiny Blink and Marcy being able to get in there. That's kind of your only catch until you get later hexes or something like that. So it's kind of hard to use the ults and lock heroes in the vicinity. So you have more control later.
So you're saying it's a game of cat and mouse, except this time Tundra is going to be hunting Liquid around the map, and Liquid's going to be trying to split.
But the thing is, I've never seen a 33 team play to hunt heroes.
And I feel like I've very rarely ever seen Team Liquid not play to fight in the early game. So
they're just probably going to get Sand King Blink and then look for those fights. But
yeah,
his game has been the slowest, so that's what's hurting Liquid's pace right now.
They also don't have any Helmet Doms, so how can you even rat without that item?
How can you play Dota?
I don't know. Liquid had 2 of them last game. We said it. 2-1. That's why they won.
Maybe Insania felt bad about it.
Why would Insania feel bad?
The wholesome guy.
He's like, I want to win, but I don't want to win that way.
Yeah.
That's what he told his team. Yeah. Screw the millions of dollars.
I
want the moral high ground.
You know, I mean.
Well, 33 is a more ambitious man. He doesn't care how many Helmet Doms he and his team have to build. He is trying to be the 3-time.
This could be a huge grab on Crystallis.
It's going to have to be well executed, though, because he can just hop over the cliff. You pretty much needed perfect execution. You had to like disrupt while he was midway through. Oh, the golem drop on 3. That's nasty. Fatal bonds on the 2 of them. Somehow
they got stomped.
The Centaur just comes out of nowhere and stomps them up. They'll still catch Mickey. They'll still catch Insania. As Crystallis rebound, PVISION on a blink. Yeah, he's Insania's trying to juke through the trees here. PVISION finally gets the blink necessary to get the kill. Takes a little bit longer, but Liquid actually get 2 shrines for that.
A nice little pickup from Nisha.
Oh, Nisha's out of resources, kinda.
Wand.
He has Wand. He doesn't have any steps. He does have a Dissimulate if he can get into an area.
I mean, this would be the saddest death of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he's being corralled in here. He's going to have to juke them. His way is being cut off by the Phoenix and the Quap. 1 step is up. Gets a little bit of distance, but not quite enough. Crystallis, he's going to run him down soon. Can he get off anything here? Oh, the tree cut is going to be used right as the tree cut. Mickey, he's going to try and run out of the AoE. Nisha, not as lucky. He gets hit by the stun. He'll burn out. Mickey, despite his attempts, may even die for it. He jumps into the trees, turns around, boundless strike, but Insania will be run down a second time. He gets off what he can. Can Saberlight go for the punish here with the Epicenter? He's going to try, but he's going into a Blade Mail. An Epicenter, frankly, just doesn't do enough damage for Saberlight to threaten this BZM Quap that is level 11.
A nice Dominator usage from Tundra, getting some Centaur stomps in there after the Centaur stopped them. Got to get around that, but what a sick chase down. Not think Liquid expected Crystallis to commit to the bit. He saw it through. Not only do you end up killing the Void Spirit, you waste a lot of his time. You run him around the map for a minute.
Yep.
And you end up getting the rewards. That means Nisha falls farther behind in this early to mid transition. He's just not found a lot on this Void Spirit. 1-1. Didn't go the Vessel buildup. He's going straight into the Ags. This build can feel really clunky when you're not getting a couple of kills to boost it up, because you have nothing to contribute in the early fights. You're just trying to slowly grind your way to this item. That can be a painful process while Tundra are running around, taking towers, finding kills, continuing to scale up.
Yeah, Tundra are punishing you heavily for this lack of fight in Liquid. 6,000 lead they've claimed, and everywhere you go, it's Tundra heroes pushing into Liquid side of the map, and Liquid conceding.
It's such a weird game 3, because in game 2 we saw Liquid make a tempo adjustment. They went to Helms. Good kill on the monkey. He's gone.
He's got the dagger on him. He's going to be taking constant damage. A tree throw to make sure.
Nice find.
And a shield root. BZM is willing to dive that tower. Meanwhile, Liquid tried to do something here in the top lane. 33 responds, burns out the mana of Nisha.
GP's coming in.
Yeah, this Nisha actually needs to start running. He's got to get out of here. This mana burn is really killing him. Insania will be the one caught up in it as Tundra continue to sweep back and forth between the sides of the map. Nowhere is safe for Liquid.
Such a fast game. And what I was saying is this is what we saw from Liquid game 2. Get the Helms, take all the tier 1s, run them off the map. They had troubles catching that game, but they did build a lead. Tundra are like, oh, that's how we should play. And they're just running it back.
And Liquid, I feel like they do have great late game, and if it goes crazy late, you know, who knows. But I don't feel like there's that same kind of impending threat that the Faceless Void was given.
Well, to be honest, that Faceless Void fell off first. A lot of the hard save.
Yeah.
Like he had to play against double saving support that ultimately came through in that late game. Really weird things can happen in the ultra late game in Dota nowadays. But I will say that Marcy scaled incredibly in that game. There's a reason Tundra first picked it here.
And since the Blink Dagger pickup, we haven't seen Liquid actually get a kill, right?
Oh, we have not seen them get the Sand King involved in something productive. They're going to smoke him again as the move's coming from Tundra. That's the Blink Dagger for Soxa bought out. So even if he dies here, he won't. He got his initiation tool. That's a big win for Tundra. Pretty nice timing here. He's the wealthiest support out of the phase. And an Arcane Rune for BZM. Right as Liquid leave the area. Failed smoke for them.
Yeah, Quap getting free power runes every time, it just feels like Liquid will never be able to fight, at least for the foreseeable future.
Especially Pipe on 33. He opted Pipe first. Gonna maybe go Boots of Travel. Or more auras even, considering Drum. This is gonna be early auras on the Phoenix. Their 5-man is gonna be insane. With an uncontestable egg plus auras on the hero that you can't really all-in or contest. Not sure how you take fights right now if you're Liquid. You just have to dodge.
He knows Nisha's around because that Watcher was taken. Nisha double steps. And he's got a TP away. Saksa, any way he can get around this and get the toss? No.
Nice play. TP's top to continue farming. Just gotta try and get this Ags up on the Void Spirit. You're not a factor until that's online.
Yeah, you need to not just survive, but you can't just TP back to base every single time.
Radiant's top tower.
You're losing way too much ground in the net worth battle.
Guess who's back? Troll Summoner.
33 will immediately use it to cut the wave. And very soon there will be pressure on the tier 2, but it also means that the Tormentor, the creep wave pushed in, Tormentor is probably free for Tundra. They don't really see how Liquid, one, put the team fight together to take it, but also have the map positioning to contest in the first place.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tundra's map control is really good. They're a very good team at cutting waves, playing around their vision. That'll be boots of travel done for the Phoenix as well, so that's going to give them a lot more opportunity to play aggressive. You can TP to all these Dom creeps, you can TP to these aggressive waves. It's a lot of extra map pressure that can come from a hero that's generally immobile. We're seeing this smoke while the Phoenix shows mid. Gotta be ready for these plays. Everybody from Tundra can be at this fight.
Oh, a blink backwards before the gold lands him, and he's gonna go for the TP out. They have the dust, they get the grab immediately. Crystallis spamming it on the ground as soon as the dust revealed him. He got it. Saberlight dies, and the Tormentor is taken. Liquid really tried to do something cheeky there.
Wrong neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, this was just not your Tormentor to take in this game.
Radiant's bottom tower.
11,000 net worth lead. This may end up being a very one-sided game 3. Liquid are trying to close in on those items. The Aghanim Scepter, the Sand King, just got delayed. The Aghanim Scepter on Nisha and the BKB on Mickey are coming in the next minute. But Tundra, they're just going to lay waste to some of these tier 2s.
Time to take even more of the map. If Liquid refuse to fight you, so be it. Take objectives.
Dire's top tower.
That rally damage goes a long way. Double Summoner. Kristal is back to his old ways. 33 says, I like what we're doing in that game too.
It's catching Mickey in the triangle. He's going into this tier 2, but it's already dead. Where do you go from here?
He does not have his BKB yet if Liquid decide to fight this.
They glyph, they try and hold. Liquid, this is a risky move.
It's really risky.
Go into the triangle, spot Saksa. They're trying to use the Aghanim Scepter. There goes the epicenter, the initiation onto the Marcy. They need to blow up this carry, and they will manage to do so. 33, not feeling good about the Supernova. Starts returning fire, gets the first Fire Spirits out, and an opportunity for the Supernova. It presents itself. Liquid, all out, trying to get away. BZM looks to slow down Mickey, though. And Mickey slowed down to a crawl. Can Tundra finish him off? As he gets to the high ground, Sonic Wave pushed back in. He got his BKB. He tries to turn it around. A little bit of a heal. He gets just a bit. 20 HP, 10 HP. He got a heal up. He got another heal up. A toss to finish him off. But 33, he took so much damage, he trades his life for the carry of Liquid.
Worth it for the Phoenix, but not the clean teamfight win Tundra were looking for. Liquid strike first. They find the all-in on the Marcy before the BKB comes out from Kristallis. That is huge there.
2 cores apiece.
That's a big win for Liquid. Try and get something out of this game that was spiraling.
At this point, a draw is a win for Liquid.
Considering you didn't have the Monkey BKB at the start of that fight, yeah, I think so. Like, you were behind on a lot of effective network going in there, and we saw how effective the pipe was at almost saving that Marcy's life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it took a lot to get through here.
They popped 3 different ultimates. Terrorize, Uthunk Span, Epicenter. The action doesn't stop. Liquid run into Tundra here in the jungle now. Nisha, okay, walks under a sentry, so his invisibility doesn't last for long.
Just such a tough spot for Liquid. This is their item timing they want to strike with. They want to take the fights, but you're 12k down because of how rough that early game was. Buy an early gem.
And it's smoke up. I mean, if there's no Epicenter, okay, Epicenter just came back up, but there's no Sand King, who is on the opposite side of this map. Tundra know it, he's going to show. Push into the triangle. Full of confidence. Tundra being the aggressive ones in this game 3. Clear out the triangle, say that's good enough. Take Roshan.
Such a large difference in map control this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's still tier 1 towers up across
every
the board.
single one. There's just no way to get these lanes deep for Liquid. You look at their wards, they have deep wards on the map, but you can't use them.
And Nisha even tries, and Soxa says, nope, I'm not letting you get anything out of this. And you can't turn and fight Soxa, because Soxa is level 12, so just through levels, he's got over 2,000 HP.
Beast of a hero always comes back TI season.
Successful scan on the high ground. Soxa once again will be the first point of contact. Boxy, desperate to get away, will try and Shadow Realm TP. It's not going to work for him. It gets canceled by the Golem, and he'll be tossed back. Saberlight will manage to steal away another shrine. Liquid, they may be losing out in golds. They're scrapping out some experience on the sides of the map.
That evens the experience a lot.
Despite the mobility of Nisha, it feels like he is always on the edge, maybe dying. Always limited on steps, limited on mana.
Tundra have done a good job just hounding him around the map.
Yeah.
You just can't farm freely, can't get these lanes in. You have all these tier 1s to TP2, you have the early bots on the Phoenix. Tiny can just run around and hunt with Dom creep support.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Really tough to get these lanes out right now if you're Liquid. They're trying to hunt something, but there you go. Phoenix TV's up here, we gotta bail on this play. Just so hard to gain any map control right now. Lost your outpost early too because the tier 2's going down.
Insania, one more creep for a Blink Dagger.
Have it.
It was almost one too many. Chrysalis was setting up for it. Instead, we'll get Boxy bursting down before the Shadow Realm, and that's the gem.
Thought he was safe with the ability to Shadow Realm plus Glimmer Cape. Has those Tranquil Boots disassembled for extra regen in the realm as well, but none of it saves you if you just get jumped on. That might see a very early high ground.
Yeah, why not? Avalanche into tossback. Would have been a pickoff. Yet another one, but fortunately, Saint can't burrow strike up, but the tower, it's already half HP, and the Siege Wagon has just gotten here. 3 minutes left on the Aegis. Liquid.
There's Sand King Ags.
It's going to have to do so much for them. He managed to get the initiation. They're going to blow up the Phoenix. They see the Phoenix. They want this team fight out of here. Now, Saberlight takes a lot of damage to Chrysalis. A Blink Disruption from the Shattered Even as Sonic Wave to cover it. As he comes back into play, he's gone. Both offlaners are dead. Liquid, they'll get the hold here, but there's still the threat of this Marcy. 2.5 minutes on the Aegis. The 4 versus 4.
He just finished Daedalus too. This is a lot of burst damage, even without the ulti, which guess what's coming up in 7 seconds. You are not out of the woods yet. Liquid were not ready for this tempo out of Tundra.
No, they weren't. Tundra showing that they can play both sides of the coin here, but have they overstepped themselves? That's going to be the first light. The Golem gets dropped. Didn't really hit much there. To simulate from Nisha, dodges some of it. Foxy with his Glimmer Cape. Another disruption save from Insania, but Chrysalis will stick around, and now the Phoenix is back in with his Boots of Travels. They won't be able to stop that. It's 5 for Tundra versus the 4 of Liquid. 1 lane of Barracks is gone. And Tundra, they almost look like they just want to keep this going.
I mean, why not? You have almost 20k gold lead. You have Sustain. You have an early Solar Crest. Just keep hunting. Keep pushing the lanes and don't give Liquid breathing room right now. You are about to send the defending champs home before they even get to that main stage.
33 will be the last member of that lineup if Tundra can move on. Look at that lead. Surprised it's 25%. Where did you give that 25%? I mean, I kind of give it just to the fact that we've had 60-minute games for like 40% of the matches here in this road to TI.
High ground defense is strong. Shadowed Even scaling strong. Can always catch Tundra in a clump. I mean, we saw their burst power on that Phoenix.
It's funny. I feel like Tundra is doing what Liquid have been trying to do for much of this road to TI. They have not been able to do so successfully very often. Too many times the games have been pulled to the late game, but it's looking like Tundra might just be able to shut it out before 35.
Going high ground without Aegis is risky, though. You risk getting your Marcy all in.
Yeah, surely you got to wait for another Roche, but Tundra, the way they're playing here, just all up in their faces.
I mean, they are corralling Liquid. They're getting a lot of economic value out of this because Liquid are coming back to the base, preparing for the fight.
They all show here, and then they smoke to the other side. They're gonna sweep over, see if there's some core of Liquid out on the map. Yeah, you see the drawings. They're like, yep, gonna be up here, farming up these neutrals. Now, Liquid playing it so conservatively that
Also,
they are not doing that.
This ward in the base right now.
Yeah, Sox is
This is an insanely deadly ward when you're
playing off
tiny.
this one. Nisha, he's gonna be avalanched, tossed. Can Chrysalis blow him up? He tried to go for it, but he got silenced. Didn't get the grab on him. Instead, he one-shots Boxy.
That'll do it.
Is Marcy the hero you need to break the high ground? So much of this burst damage seems to surprise the opposing team. It almost got Liquid an opportunity in game 2. It ended up going late. But now, Tundra showing they can do the same thing, but perhaps better.
Just gonna be another lane without a fight.
Another toss-back opportunity. Chrysalis, oh, this time to get the silence on Nisha. He gets it some late off. He jumps into the Phoenix, and a Yule Scepter goes off. Can he get the step through? He steps through 33. He goes backwards here, and he's going to have to play for the buyback. Meanwhile, slowing down these heroes, Demonic Purge on Toby, who is in pretty deep. But if you only get the 5 position, that can't feel good for Liquid. Terrorize being threatened. Supernova gets used. Mid-game pops. BKB. Chrysalis.
Too
He
much
challenges
damage.
them, though. They get the kill. They protect the 8. They take out 3. And that's a dieback on Boxy. A silence on BCM, but he's not afraid. Gale Guard, Blade Mail. He is extremely tanky. 2 lanes of barracks down. 1 more to go. Tundra. A knockout punch to Liquid in game 3. They just blitzed them.
They found the tempo. They brought it to Liquid. They said, we can play your
Saberlight
game.
buys back, but for what? You've got no epicenter. You're in an awkward position. They got a silence onto the Phoenix, but there's no Supernova. There are bigger threats in this game, and you can't even kill him. Who's too tanky for
getting
you?
Megas.
1 base left, and that's it. Megas at 31. Burrow Strike on 3, but the pipe goes out, protecting him from most of the magic damage both Saberlight and Nisha can do. They simply cannot do enough. It's Megas for the foreseeable future for Team Liquid. For the rest of their road to TI, they will have to play against Megas, and it may not be a very long road as Tundra, but they're going straight to the tier 4s. They want to take out these heroes as they trickle in 1 by 1, try to protect Nisha. Oh, but they got the silence on him. Now though, another dieback, a toss over. Vic is dead as well. Liquid are gone. Liquid are out of the running to TI, and it's going to be Tundra who will move on.
Despite the odds, despite the last-minute stand-in, Tundra find a way to take the defending champs out in a